The impact of her diagnosis changed our lives forever.
Courtney was a young little girl full of spunk.
But your world is turned completely upside down when you have a child with cancer. There is nothing normal about the cancer family lifestyle. Courtney was there for our very first event.
She doesn't really know any different. This is normal for her.
At 1 month, Bailey was diagnosed with ALL, leukemia, also with this MLL arrangement gene, which makes her chances of fighting the cancer even harder. It's heartbreaking. I wouldn't wish this upon anybody.
Courtney's Courage Assistant Program helped us with our utilities. It gave us an opportunity to put that money aside for medicine or hospital bills for Bailey.
I have been so inspired by the families that we have helped, and they are so grateful for whatever needs that we have been able to meet for them, large or small. We can do nothing about the cancer, but we can do something to help relieve some of the financial burden from them.
Danny has cancer, but the family has the disease. Danny was diagnosed with pediatric bone cancer, Ewing sarcoma, when he was 6.5. And at the time, we also had a 4.5-year-old son and a 9-month-old son at home. No way to describe how it rocks your world. It was a lot of hospital visits, a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting to get answers. It was earth-shattering. And support groups like Courtney's Courage become what you lean on 110%.
Cancer survivor, it's awesome. The road here hasn't been too easy. I mean, in 4th grade, we thought I relapsed because in one of my annual CT scans, they found a nodule in my lung, which they thought was a relapse of the cancer, but turned out it was valley fever, so we went through a whole thing, and I've broken 2 wrists. One of them was actually during that time, so we had the wrist and then the lung and then it's just not easy. But now I look back on it with a lot of pride, and I've had people ask me before if I wish it never happened to me, all this, and not at all, really, because it's really made me who I am.
I went to the pediatric oncology social worker looking for ideas of how we could impact more families. During this discussion, it came up that the teens and young adults really had expressed an interest to her of having a group of their own to talk about different thoughts and ideas.
This year I was diagnosed with AML leukemia, and it was obviously very heartbreaking, but now I'd like to reach out and try to help other people realize that they're not alone in any of this. And Courtney's Courage has offered that opportunity for us, and I really want to be a part of it, because to help others like they've helped me is just a blessing.
Not only have we been able to continue to help families as we have in the past, but we are able now to start new programs to help more families. One of them that we've started is a momcology dinner.
It was really a time to just connect and meet other moms who are going through the same type of challenges. And I think also, it was just nice to be away and have margaritas and have a nice dinner and just have a break from this environment here where you're, facing tough decisions and medical treatments and maybe your kiddo not feeling well, and just kind of relax with other moms.
I get a great deal of satisfaction knowing that we have done what we can to help promote and further pediatric cancer research. It's a responsibility that I think all of us have to help our children. Children are our future. So helping them in research so that, hopefully a cure will be found and that no child or family will ever have to go through a situation like this.
The latest research that we're involved with support of Courtney's Courage, is looking at how we can educate the immune system following stem cell transplantation for a variety of pediatric malignancies, including neuroblastoma.
What's cool about our hospital is that our doctors are researchers as well as taking care of our patients. And to be able to take what they work on in their labs and actually applying it to the kids is a huge asset that we have that not everybody has the opportunity to have in their life.
So I came to this country in 1999 when I joined Dr. Katsani's laboratory. And I studied tumor immunology and cancer biology in his laboratory as a graduate student. So Courtney Page Zillman Fellowship helped me tremendously during my graduate school years here and Steele Research Center. The amount of supports I received was able to make me successful as a graduate student. And I was able to get my research done, get publications done, which eventually helped me pursue in my next stage of career training in medicine and in research. Since I returned here, I kind of combined my expertise and training in both areas, developed a new area in which I studied how the development of immune cells can be regulated and how alterations in such process can affect the function of certain types of immune cells, as well as the development of cancer.
The large pharmaceuticals basically prefer to fund cancers that you see in adults because they affect thousands instead of hundreds of patients. So it's very hard to move anything clinically into clinical trials in pediatrics because of the lack of interest. So we rely heavily on philanthropy like Courtney's Courage to basically give us seed money to show that treatments are working, and with the hope that we can more quickly move things specifically to pediatric cancers than having to wait for many years until they show effectiveness in adult cancers.
When it's your child with cancer, every dollar towards pediatric cancer matters. Because of the lack of federal funding for pediatric cancer, it's important for organizations such as TUFT for Tots and Courtney's Courage to engage the community in helping raise funds for this very necessary research.
Back in the years when we were doing immunotherapy, it was not nearly as popular as it is these days. I think this all comes from the need for developing newer and less toxic therapy for children with cancer.
All the money we raise, save for a few minor administrative expenses, goes to our two principal causes, basically pediatric cancer research with a focus on neuroblastoma and family assistance for cancer families here.
Without donors, without people like you, we don't have that opportunity to help our kids. And I don't want anybody else to go through what we're going through. And I didn't realize how many kids out there have cancer.